Hey everyone, Tim with Collect Jurassic. Another day, another Jurassic World Dominion toy unboxing. Seems like there's so many toys hitting right now that I'm uploading a video almost every day, so definitely be checking out those reviews. The ones that came before this and the ones that will come after, right? But today, let's talk about the Owen Escape Pack. Really, really cool set. Literally just talking about this on the channel last week with some official photos, and now here we have it in hand. I believe this one is Target exclusive, at least here in the US, and it's a really cool set. It's got some molds we haven't looked at before with the Atrociraptor. There's a couple different Atrociraptors in here. We also have this Carnotaurus that is very intriguing due to its kind of smaller scale. We also have Owen and a motorbike, so lots of cool stuff to look at in the Owen Escape Pack. I'm just loving all of these Dominion figure packs they've done. Of course, we have plenty of individual dinosaur figures that have been released, like those ones up on the shelf, but they've been doing a lot of different figure packs too, which I think adds a lot of playability with the human figures and all that stuff. So, and this one especially is literally recreating a scene from the movie. If you've seen the trailer, that whole Malta street chase with Owen and the Velociraptors, literally it's like that's what's happening in this set. So pretty fun. But let's talk about the box, and then of course we'll go ahead and take it out of the box and get to looking at these toys. You can see the front here is displayed really nicely. You can see all the figures pretty clearly in the window. The background looks like it's some sort of beach, which is kind of funny. We can take a look at that when we get it out of the box a little bit closer, but yeah, there's like a beach back there. Of course, we have that nice big Dominion branding with the logo and the awesome T-Rex roaring render. One side just has the classic Rex logo with the Dominion amber effect. Then we also have a Atrociraptor over here. Dying to get an Atrociraptor toy already. I hear those are coming a little bit later, most likely June. Here on the back, we have more Carnotaurus, Atrociraptor renders. We have the utility tool call out for Owen. I love that they won't call the knife. They have to call it a utility tool. Also have the call out for the scan, the app, Jurassic Facts app. But you know what? I just can't wait anymore. Let's go ahead and open this thing up. Got my trusty knife here. Go ahead and oh, there's no tape on this one. I've noticed that some of the figure packs have tape. Some of them do not have tape. Some of them are glued. This is one that's just glued. Interesting that they did that for different figure packs. But this one, literally, I have to mangle these boxes, unfortunately, to get these glued ones out. There's no clean way to get the toys out. So it's almost like opening a Lego box. Oh, really ripped that box. All right, so that's out. Go ahead and pull the figures inside out. There we go. Yeah, I can go ahead and show you that background. It's literally like an ocean. So maybe they end up going on a beach in the movie. Also little like dirt tracks, like dirt shooting up, which I think is supposed to correlate with, yeah, the dinosaurs and where they're sitting. But you really can't even see that in the package. Kind of interesting. But yeah, I love the backgrounds they do with these. I've actually collected a few. I don't have any handy. But I have like the kitchen from the Raptor set and like the fiery background from the Owen and Blue set. But let's look at the figures. We're going to go ahead. We'll get everybody out. Get Carnotaurus out. Get come on, Carno. Get Atrociraptors out. And then, of course, we'll get Owen out as well. Owen and his motorcycle, I should say. Looks like he's got some plastic ties in here, so let me find my little cutting tool so I can get this stuff out. Also the knife that they tape in here, or sorry, the utility tool they tape in here will be the death of me. They're so hard to get out of this packaging, especially when you're on camera trying to hurry things up. It's tripped me up a couple times getting these knives out. I'm gonna cheat and use my knife to get the knife out. Easy. Hold on, there's some plastic ties on Owen here, as well as the motorcycle. Cool motorcycle though. I'm actually really digging this. Yeah, they got them all tied up to the motorcycle, which makes sense. You don't want it falling off in the packaging, except it makes it hard to get the toy out. So let's go ahead and look at the motorcycle and Owen first before we get to the dinosaurs. This is infamous blue shirt Owen. already have this Owen. I mean, there's a lot of different blue shirt Owens for the Fallen Kingdom line. I think there was like 3 or 4 different ones that came in different sets that were all the same. They changed it a little bit for Dominion here. He's got this really nice jean texture now, and his shirt itself is a little dark bluer. Other than that, identical figure except for that pouch on the back for the knife. The knife fits in there really well now versus before it was like just a little peg and it fell off all the time. So now the knife fits in there, but otherwise identical to the Owen figure we already have from the set with Beta. It's the exact same figure. There's nothing different about it. So yay, another Owen, just what I needed, another blue shirted Owen. But what he comes with is awesome. Comes with this dirt bike that actually has a lot of detail on it. It's got like a metal painted engine. It's got silver wheels. Obviously the wheels spin on both sides. The engines, that silver engine's painted. It also has this nice red motif, almost like a little headlight that's been painted with some sort of iridescent paint. Makes it look like an actual headlight. It also has a kickstand, so you can set it down. And then the wheel itself moves around. So this is a new piece though. This is not like a repaint or anything. I know we had a motorcycle before that we got as part of one of those Walmart sets back in the day. Here it is. I always like this one. It's cool. It's got like a little like hood on it with the Jurassic symbol, and it's got this little clear plastic light. Always a fun little set. But now we get a second motorcycle that's completely different. We get a dirt bike. So obviously at some point in the movie, he's getting on a dirt bike and burning rubber. So, and of course, in the box, he was sitting on the bike. So we'll get him on the bike. But I did want to talk about the little helmet that this comes with. Little black helmet that will fit on Owen. And really any human action figure that doesn't have hair in the way. Like I can see this not fitting on Claire because of her ponytail. This is also identical to the motorcycle helmet that came out in that previous set I was talking about. Looks like they just used the same piece, but I don't know. Does he wear the helmet in the movie? I feel like in the trailer he's riding around without a helmet, but I guess they thought it prudent to include one because, you know, teach the kids about safety. So there he is, riding his helmet. And of course, I'm sure we can get him on this bike pretty quickly too. Let's see how he kind of poses on it. These figures have great articulation. I'm not going to go over it because it's not a new figure, but you know, his elbows and shoulders and all that stuff articulate. So it lets them do cool stuff like ride motorbikes like this. Yeah, he's going to pose on it really nice. They even have little things for his feet to sit on, or rather not sit on, but you know, kind of throttle. Let me just get him. He's not getting all the pieces connected here. Okay. All right, so there he is on the motorcycle. Again, the wheels move, so obviously he's not going to stand up because he'll just fall over. But if I put the kickstand down, he'll set up and move around. So pretty cool. Owen on the motorbike, looking nice, ready to outrun some dinosaurs. Speaking of dinosaurs, let's go ahead and talk about these Atrociraptor and Carnotaurus. Here's the first Atrociraptor figure that I have. I believe it has a name. I don't know if it's Pantera or... I know it's not Ghost. Someone in the comments will tell me which version this Atrociraptor is. You'd think I would know that before I started my video, but I don't know all the different dinosaur names quite yet. I just know the species. That's the best I can do. But what I love about all the Mattel figures this year is the articulation on the neck, and I'm happy to see this Atrociraptor has it, so we can do some really cool things with the neck articulation, like looking down and looking up. It's got the mouth that opens with the painted teeth inside. Also the arms that pose and the feet that pose as well. As far as like the design goes, you know, it's not much different than a raptor. It has painted claws and all that stuff. Interesting though, of note is the paint on this figure. It's kind of got this base orange color that the head and body share, but the tail is a base of a totally different color. It's like a beigey color that they painted with orange instead of making it orange and painting it with beige, if that makes sense. It's the opposite of cast and paint as the rest of the figure. And it shows, like that's a pretty obvious seam there. You know, for the casual viewer, it probably looks, oops, sorry, Owen. To the casual viewer, it probably doesn't look too different from body to I'm knocking everyone down, but I swear this Atrociraptor stands great because he's been standing great this whole video. To the average collector, they're probably not going to notice that paint disparity, but I notice it, and I'm sure a lot of you out there will notice it when you get this figure in hand too. But that's okay. That's a minor gripe aside. I really like the design of the Atrociraptor. His head looks awesome. Looks nice and mean, right? Definitely different than a raptor. You know, and I've heard some people say this is bigger than the raptor, but I honestly don't think it is. I'm going to bring Blue in here. I don't know. They're pretty much the same size to me. I don't think that the Atrociraptor is any bigger. It might be a little thicker in some cases, like the head feels a little bit thicker, but as far as the body and tail goes, I mean, it's basically the same amount of plastic distributed in a similar way. So I don't think Blue and I don't think Atrociraptors are way bigger than Blue necessarily. I love my Blue figure though. This one's really grown on me. But let's talk about Atrociraptor and its little DNA tag that it has. All the figures have that, and it blends in pretty seamlessly on this one. You can see from the top, there's a little tab. I'm going to say it as a collector, it does not bother me. Do I wish they kept it on the foot? Sure. But I do not think that this tab on the back is like ruining these toys for me. So things that like lacking paint, like not painting the claws and stuff, that's what's bothering me more about the modern toys than that DNA tag. But this Atrociraptor is just a solid figure all around. It's got a really nice design that hopefully will match the movie. I love the colors. I love the articulation, especially that neck. It's just a nice looking mean dino, and a new species at that. So that's always a little bit more exciting too. Let's go ahead and look at the other Atrociraptor that comes with this set. I'm trying to get this guy set up in a cool pose in the background. So there's Atrociraptor 1. Here's Atrociraptor 2. Of course, I'm sure it has a name as well. It's got that infamous crouching raptor pose. And if you're not familiar with that, there's a crouching raptor pose that Mattel's been doing for a long time. This is just one of the latest painted versions of it. You know, this is one of the Legacy Collection Raptors. But you can see they really sort of emulated it with this newer Atrociraptor pose. It's opposite. The left leg is sort of positioned backwards versus the crouching raptor where it's positioned forwards, and vice versa on the other side. But they are totally different figures. I'm looking at the details and the scaling and the muscles and all that stuff. Totally different figures. It just has literally the exact same crouching pose. But like, see how its arm is like pinned back. This one has a totally different arm pinned back. So lots of inspiration from that figure, but a wholly different one. And what's nice about this new one is that it has a posable neck too. Again, like all the figures, it has a somewhat posable neck. So you can do stuff like this. Hey, it doesn't look like it does a whole lot of, it moves up and a little bit down. And then it obviously moves to the side, but it doesn't look like he can like look backwards. Obviously, it looks kind of goofy when you do that. But I do like how he's looking up. That's kind of cool. And then, of course, the feet are articulated. However, you're going to get limited by how much you can make this raptor stand up, or sorry, Atrociraptor, by the tail. But at least you have some kind of choices with posture now that the neck moves. So even that's a little bit different than the crouching pose I had. So altogether, you get 2 Atrociraptors with this set, along with the, there's another set that's coming out with Ghosts. I think it's called the Capture Pack. I don't have it on the top of my head, but it comes with Atrociraptor Ghost. So once we get that set, we'll have 3 Atrociraptors, and we're just missing the 4th colorway, which I'm sure is on the way. There'll be some different toy of it. I'm noticing now that these heads are even different. They're detailed different. You know, it's hard to put my finger on it, but they definitely are totally different heads. Honestly, the detail on the crouching one looks a little softer. Otherwise, you know, some of the features are really the same. Same painted teeth and all that good stuff. But I really just am digging the posed neck on this crouching raptor. Just gives it a little bit more dynamic poses you can do. I like that one too. So all That's crouching raptor for you. I'm going to do this pose. I like that pose. Really cool. My pack of Atrociraptors. All right, last but not least is the Carnotaurus over here. First thing I noticed on this Carnotaurus figure, besides being small, is the broken horn. It's got literally a sculpted broken horn here. I'm sure you can see on the camera. So I don't know if that's from, you know, Fallen Kingdom or what, but definitely an obvious broken horn right here, which is a cool little feature, a little kind of distinctive design decision they did on it. Otherwise, you know, it's cool. It's definitely smaller than we're used to. I won't get Owen off his bike to do a comparison, but you can see right here, Owen, this other Owen comes up to about, what is that, like the almost the top of the spine. Not quite though. Carnotaurus is still taller. Articulation, it's got legs that articulate literally just front and back, so no outward. Oh, no, is there a little bit of give? Oh, yeah. So it has a little bit of give in and out, so a little bit more articulation than the basic figures. It also has his little arms can articulate. Oh, they articulate out too. So again, a little bit more deluxe articulation on this slightly larger figure. You can see the arms articulate back and forth. That's almost more articulation than any other Carnotaurus figure has had up to this point. The tail sort of removes a little bit. Then you also have the neck. Like all the other figures I'm ranting and raving about can go up and down and side to side. So you can do some really cool epic roars, right? I like how we can look down to it. I like how they painted the notch on it too. So depending on where you pose it, the paint still lines up versus just leaving it a solid color. It has a nice little white jaw that fades out into the neck. Considering the little bit amount of paint they put on this, I'm really digging the what they did with it. Almost reminds me of the Demon Carnotaur, honestly. As comparing it to a bigger Carnotaurus, I'm going to put a bigger Carnotaurus next to it. You can see just how much smaller it is from your typical Carnotaurus to your to this new version that coming out for Dominion. It is considerably smaller. It is certainly a juvenile Carnotaurus through and through. You can see right there. And it's funny how many juvenile figures we're getting for the Dominion line from Mattel. I mean, we already know we have the smaller Parasaurolophus that comes with the Roland Tembo set. We have a smaller, that was Parasaurolophus. We have a Baryonyx coming out with an Owen 2-pack. We know we have a baby Nasutoceratops ferocious dinosaur. So a lot of younger, younger age dinosaurs, not quite hatchlings, but kind of like Carnotaurus here, just younger than their full adult selves. But I gotta say, I really like this smaller size of the Carno and sort of the neutral pose too with the neck down. All the Mattel Carnos we've had so far, their neck is only down when you do like a action with them. Like this one, I think, doesn't even put his neck down unless you push the tail down. None of them have that sort of aligned spine that I always thought Carnotaurus had. But now this new one, you can actually pose it so it does have the aligned spine, which is a little more realistic. One thing I think is funny though is that if this is supposed to be from the movie scene where Owen's being chased by Atrociraptors through the square in Malta by, he's nearly outrunning them, and then he flies into this square and sees a Carnotaurus and an Allosaurus throwing down. But this Carnotaurus is way smaller than that one in the trailer, and we know that the Allosaurus we're getting is huge. So it's kind of funny that that they gave us such a small Carnotaurus for this supposed playset based on that trailer scene. Just kind of interesting. But yeah, I'd say for me, this set is really cool, but the Carnotaurus kind of takes the cake. I just like the size. I like the articulation like we haven't had before. And it's just got a really nice, it looks just like the Jurassic World Dominion Carnotauruses that we've come to get used to from Mattel. In fact, I don't think they even, the head is very similar in terms of, it's literally just kind of scaled down with different proportions, but a lot of the features are the same. It's definitely a new mold, but it's definitely the same Carnotaurus in terms of design, which shouldn't surprise you. It should be pretty consistent, right? But such a cool figure. Definitely worth getting this set for alone, if you ask me. I do hope they repaint it, though. I mean, this can't be the only way you can get this Carnotaurus, right? It's just buying this store-exclusive Target set. Like, they definitely need to find a way to release this as a single figure, or maybe it'll be in another pack or something. I'm not sure. So we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, for 30 bucks, you're going to get the Owen motorcycle, you're going to get the Carnotaurus, and you're going to get a couple of Atrociraptors to round out your Atrociraptor pack. So not too bad. Again, I love what they're doing with these figure packs this time around for Dominion. Getting a lot of playability, all included in one set, which is always a fun kind of one-stop shop. So this is the Owen Escape Pack, again, available at Target. Very soon, 30 bucks, get all these dinosaurs as well as the human figure. What a great deal. But I think that's all I got for today. Again, I'm Tim the Collect Jurassic. Hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.